guys, welcome back to my channel. I am Jess with That Pixie Planner Life, and today we're going to be talking all about D23 Expo that just happened this past weekend. So if you want to hear all about my top favorite announcements, stick around because that's coming up right now. Hey Planny fam, welcome back to my channel, and like I said, today we're going to be talking all about the D23 Expo that just happened this past weekend, and I am so excited to be talking about this with you guys and super excited to announce that this is going to kick off my first Disney video on the new schedule. So I am planning new Disney videos for the future, and I'm going to try and implement them in my weekly lineup so that way you guys get more Disney content from me and I get to talk about more of the stuff that I love, because who wouldn't? I think I'm going to have a lot of videos lined up for you guys. I have some ideas. I also would love to show you guys my current Loungefly collection, my ears collection. I have a trip coming up in November, so lots of like pre-trip videos to come in the near future as well. So I'm just really excited about this, and I hope you guys are too. If you are, let me know by giving this video a thumbs up. I would love to know that more of my Disney community out there is getting reached. So super excited about that. With that being said, let's just start talking about D23, you guys. So lots of amazing announcements happened this year at the D23 2022 Expo for Disney, and you guys, I just can't believe all the stuff that they've announced. There was so much good stuff that was announced and that happened over the weekend. I was not there personally, however, I binge watched so many YouTubers, follow so many Instagram channels, TikToks, you name it. I was watching that content, reading Disney food blog, and just really trying to stay on top of the information as best as I could so I knew what was going on, and then I could tell you guys. So in this video, I am just going to touch upon my favorite things that were announced at the Expo. I am not going to go over everything and recap all of the excitement because you guys can read that and watch other videos and things like that. I just want to go over with you guys some of my personal favorites, and I'll also mention a couple of honorable mentions and even talk about a couple of things that I'm kind of bummed about. So there is no particular order here. I probably will save the best for last, but other than that, let's just get into it. So the very first thing I want to talk about is Fantasmic. So Fantasmic has been gone since COVID. All of you, I'm sure, are aware of this. It has been one of my favorite nighttime spectacular shows for quite some time, and I was really bummed when they didn't bring it back right away, and I kept hoping that it would bring it back and hoping, and they just never did. Well, the day finally came where D23 Expo announced its official return coming at the end of this year. I don't know if the show will be back for my November trip. I would love it if it was, because I think that would be an amazing thing to add to our little schedule, but it's okay if it doesn't. I can wait. But I'm just so excited that they're finally bringing it back, and all of those cast members will have their jobs back. Just a wonderful thing to finally happen after all of this time. So another exciting thing that was announced at the Expo on Sunday at the Parks panel was that the Hatbox Ghost from the Haunted Mansion in Disneyland, California is finally coming to Haunted Mansion in Magic Kingdom at Walt Disney World, and I am so excited for this. We have never been to Disneyland. We have our very first trip in the works for 2025, and one of my super excited things I was looking forward to was the fact that we finally get to see the Hatbox Ghost. But now looks like at least me and my husband will get to see it in Walt Disney World when we go for our next couples trip in 2023, because Mr. Hatbox Ghost is making his official debut in Walt Disney World at Magic Kingdom in 2023, and I am just so excited. I think that it's just time. It's just time, Disney. It took forever for them to recreate this. I'm sure it was a big undertaking, but I am so excited. I just think a lot of really hardcore Haunted Mansion fans are gonna love this little addition to the largest Disney park. So next we're going to talk about Dinoland USA a little bit over at Animal Kingdom in Walt Disney World. I'm sure quite a lot of you already know that Dinoland USA has not been the most, let's say, popular land in Animal Kingdom for quite some time now. The Prima Whirl roller coaster was demolished, I think sometime last year, and there have just been no news since that time on what was going to replace it. And everyone kept wondering, what are they going to put in its place? Well, I don't think anything's being replaced there, everybody, because it sounds like as of Sunday during the parks panel at D23, Dinoland USA will be making its end at Animal Kingdom. So right now they are talking about turning it into either Moana or Zootopia. And I have a couple of thoughts on this. I think that it is time to retire Dinoland USA. There are parts of it that I really like. It's nostalgia for me. However, I don't think it really has a big, following. Obviously, little kids love it because it feels kind of like a carnival and you've got that massive playground. But other than that, and the ice cream truck that's back there, there really isn't much going on in Dinoland except the bathrooms are clean because it's really quiet in there. I think that Moana would make sense. I get it. There is no water theme area in Animal Kingdom right now. I'm sure that they would love to bring to life more under the sea animals and talk about those types of things. However, I have a couple of thoughts on this. I get that it makes sense, but one, Epcot is bringing the Moana Journey of Water attraction, and you guys, the art concept on that's not part of my list, but they did talk about it, and the concept art for it looks incredible. I cannot wait to see it in real life. They have that coming to Epcot, and you also have the Sea Pavilion over in Epcot where the Nemo ride is, and they've got like a little mini aquarium in there. I don't think that it will do Disney any good to add in a repeated land. I understand that it'll be different, and when you think of Moana, you probably think of farm animals and tropical animals and under the sea animals, but the truth is when you start bringing in too many repetitive things, people are gonna flock somewhere else. So I think even though it's probably going to be a much harder and more difficult concept to bring to life, I really do think Zootopia would be so cool. It would be so cool. I get it doesn't make sense because it is kind of like city-esque, but just hear me out for a second, guys. I am not the hugest Zootopia fan. However, I do truly love the storyline behind the movie itself. There are so many animal exhibits, like wild animal exhibits that you could bring to life. They could add another like animal walkthrough attraction like they do for gorillas and the tiger trek. You could even like bring in like garden animals and like the bunnies and like things like that. Like everybody loves the butterfly exhibits when Flower and Garden comes. I think you can make that a permanent attraction in the Zootopia land. Also, that massive Dinoland USA playground I was talking about, Disney could turn that into the most incredible Zootopia like jungle rainforest tree house type thing. I just think there are a lot of possibilities here. And then the Ride the Dinosaur could turn into a simulator ride kind of based on the storyline. I just think that there is huge potential. Is it going to take a lot of Imagineering and a lot of concept art to really bring it to life? Yes, but that's what's going to make it incredible. I think Moana is too easy. I almost feel like in a way Disney would be taking the easy way out just because they already have a concept for Moana, and I would really hate to see them miss out on an opportunity here by just recreating something similar. Disney, if you're listening, Zootopia instead of Dinoland, please. All right, so now that we've talked about Dinoland and the announcement that one of those two themes is going to take over, let's move on to some of my all-time favorite announcements. So first one I'm going to talk about is Figment. So I love my little friendly purple dragon over in Epcot at the Imagination Pavilion. And you guys, they are finally bringing a meet and greet back for Figgy. I am so excited. I love Figment. I think the ride is absolutely adorable. It has a lot of nostalgia for me. And it's just a really cute, fun ride, and like all the different senses, the senses stations at the end of it. I just think he's so cute, and I cannot wait to be able to just walk up to him and give him the biggest hug and just laugh with him. And I don't know, I'm so excited. I think it's one of the greatest things that they could have done, and I'm super excited to finally get to meet Figment in person. So the next thing, right now Disney is calling it #Beyond Big Thunder. This is in the very beginning stages. They're just talking and brainstorming concept art and really thinking about what could be done here. But I think their timing is impeccable. At the D23 Expo Parks panel on this past Sunday, Disney announced, you ready? A Villains Land in Magic Kingdom. Oh my gosh, you guys, you guys don't even know. I am so excited to even think that this is a possibility. They also mentioned Coco and Encanto. I think Coco could be super cool too. It's also another one of my favorite movies. I'm not a huge Pixar movie person, but I do love Coco. As much as I love that movie, I think Magic Kingdom is the wrong place for it. I think it makes more sense in Hollywood Studios, but that's just me. However, if Disney brings a Villains Land behind Big Thunder, there is so much potential here. And guys, I would never want to leave. Like, give me a meet and greet with Captain Hook and Ursula and put me on the Sleeping Beauty ride. Disney, bring the Sleeping Beauty ride from DLC over to Magic Kingdom, the Villains Land. And then just tweak it to be a little bit more about Maleficent, or they could do the live action Maleficent inside her castle. You guys, like, put the ride about her in the castle. Oh, I should work for Disney. Why don't I work for Disney? I have so many ideas. So I just think that it would be an incredible concept. They could turn Tom Sawyer's Island into Neverland with Captain Hook's ship. Hello. I know it might be a little bit off kilter because it's like just the setting, but it could like literally surround Big Thunder, right behind well, it won't be Splash Mountain anymore, but behind that and circle around like a half moon. Guys, Villains Land. So like I said, it's just in the very, very beginning stages of brainstorming and concept arts and things like that. So we won't see this for quite some time, but I can't wait. I cannot wait. It is time. I think that Disney is picking a great time to do all of this because Universal is building Epic Universe, and they're getting pretty up there as far as competition right now. So it's time that Disney answers back, and I think that this is a really great move. I just hope they make the right decision as far as what land they choose. Don't miss this opportunity, Disney. Do it right. Keep these classics in these young minds, please. Okay, so moving on, that brings us to Tiana's Bayou Adventure. So as I just mentioned a short minute ago, when I was talking about the potential Villain Lands ideas, I said not Splash Mountain anymore. If you did not already hear, Splash Mountain is being reimagined into a water ride based off of Princess and the Frog. Now, you guys know that I love Princess and the Frog. It is one of my favorite princess movies, and Tiana is my favorite Disney princess, and I just love the story behind it, and I love the music, and it's just, it really touches my heart. It's one of my favorite feel-good movies that Disney has ever created, and I'm not a huge princess movie lover, but this one is one of the few that I really do love. It's close to my heart. So when I heard that they were first reimagining Splash Mountain, I was like, oh no, they're gonna ruin my second favorite ride in all of Disney. I was nervous, but then they said it was gonna be Tiana themed, and I was like, they're taking one of my top Disney rides and combining it with one of my top favorite Disney movies and making it into one, how could I be mad about that? I cannot wait. And at the expo, they officially announced its opening date, and it won't be until late 2024. So I still have to wait quite a while, but I am really looking forward to finally seeing it in all its glory. And along with that, they also announced that Tiana's Palace, the famous restaurant from her movie, is going to be a real restaurant over at Disneyland, California. And you guys want to hear the craziest thing? Our Disney trip after 2024 comes to an end is going to be California. I might be riding this ride for the first time in California for the first time. What? And I'm going to get to experience that restaurant. You better bet that I'm going to be booking a restaurant reservation for Tiana's Palace. Guys, I cannot wait. I'm so happy. So happy. All right, you guys, that brings us to the top announcement, in my personal opinion, that was announced at the Expo Parks panel on this past Sunday. And that is, drum roll, the Happily Ever theme song is finally making its return to Magic Kingdom. Can you guys believe it? I knew, all right, I won't say I knew, but I hoped and I prayed that they would listen. Just listen to your fans, Disney. And they did. So there's actually a lot of confusion right now. A lot of people think that they're bringing the whole entire show back. That is not what I am understanding. Disney released a statement after the panel on Sunday that specifically states the Happily Ever After theme song will be coming back with a whole new remastered and reimagined nighttime spectacular at Magic Kingdom. So Enchanted is officially going to be going away as of March 2023. Once the 50th is over, Enchantment will be gone. I thought that Enchantment was really great. It was fun, it was pretty, and I love the projections down Main Street, but that was all I liked about it. So I think that it's good that they're listening to their fan base and they are going to change it up. I just hope that they don't miss an opportunity here. I hope that they use the Happily Ever After theme song in the same way they did before. Different firework display, different imagery with the projections, and Disney add in the new intro that you just introduced a couple of weeks ago with Walt and Roy and Mickey, and combine that with Happily Ever After. There will not be, like, I'm already getting emotional talking about it. There will not be a dry eye in that house. You will have the most epic show. Look at me, I'm like pointing at Disney. I'm talking to you, Josh DeMario and JPEG. Do it, you guys, because it could be beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. I'm so happy. I never got to see Happily Ever After in person. So I get when I saw Enchantment, I probably didn't know what was missing. And I talked about that in one of our vlogs from our October trip, this past October trip. I'll link that video down below in the description box and in an iCard so you guys can see what I'm talking about. But I did talk about that a little bit in that video, but I did see Happily Ever After in videos and on YouTube all the time. And it, guys, I cried, and I wasn't even there in person. I cried every time, and I hadn't even experienced it in real life. So if I got that reaction watching it from home and on my phone, I can only imagine what it was like in person. So do it right, Disney. Do it right. So now that I've talked about all of my top announcements that were made at D23 on Sunday, I also want to give a couple of honorable mentions. Not things that are like a huge deal to me, but things that I also think are worth notating. So one of the things that was announced was that Disney is coming out with another cruise line. I can't remember if Wish was number 4 or number 5 in the line. I'm not great with this stuff. I don't keep up with the Disney Cruise Line information very often. Cruises, they freak me out. I get anxiety just thinking about it. That doesn't mean I don't want to try it though. The more I watch, the more I'm interested. So yeah, just putting it out there. So this is either going to be number 5 or number 6 in their line. And this one is going to be the Disney Treasure. And from what the video showed at the expo, it looks like the interior of the main lobby of the ship is going to be very Aladdin and Jasmine, like very deep jewel tones with gold, and it just looks really, really pretty. There wasn't much else announced for it. It was just like a little blip, but it will be sailing in 2024 is when it's going to make its debut. So that is going to be happening in another year and a half. So that's really exciting, especially for anyone who really loves to cruise and loves to cruise with Disney. And along with that, they announced a whole new island. So we're gonna have another place to cruise to that's owned by Disney. I'm really excited to see what they do with this. So another super cool and fun announcement that I wanted to notate is that Hong Kong Disney is bringing Arendelle to their Disney park. Arendelle, you guys. You're gonna have Elsa's frozen ice castle in the distance. And I think it's gonna look so cool. It makes me want to go to Hong Kong. Like, it really does. Like I told my husband, we're booking a trip to Japan when that's done. Not sure if it'll ever really come to fruition because money, 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 but I think it'd be really cool to see that. I love Frozen. I think that it's a really, really cute series of movies. I actually like the second one better, but it really was a great movie. Disney did a great job with it, so I think that that's really cool. And then finally, we have a sort of date for opening of Tron. I think everybody thought that they were going to give like an official exact date, and they still have not. Right now, they are saying that the opening is going to be spring of 2023, so not too far away, guys. And I know my husband cannot wait for that to open, so he will be doing that when we go back as a couple. Me, however, I just want the train back. So I'm excited for Tron opening so I can ride the train again. I have missed the train so much. None of my kids have ridden on it. And I just want to get back there and sit back on the train and ride the Magic Kingdom Expressway, and I'm just really excited for that portion. So once Tron opens, that means the train will be back, and I can't wait. I'm really, really looking forward to that. So those are all the announcements that I wanted to notate to you guys. Let me know down in the comments if you had a favorite announcement, what you're looking forward to the most. And before I close up this video, I'm going to touch upon a couple of things that I'm bummed about. Not to end the video on a sad note, we'll recap real quickly afterwards, but I do, I want to be real with you guys and let you know I wasn't in love with everything, and I don't think you guys were either. I'm sure there's some misses for you too. So one of the announcements that they made was that Mando and Grogu, or Baby Yoda, from the Mandalorian series are going to be making their debut in Disneyland, California for in-person meet and greets. What? I was so excited when I heard this. I was never a big Star Wars fan until I got with my husband and he introduced me to The Mandalorian. Fell in love with the show, fell in love with the story and the characters, and now I'm trying to catch up and watch Star Wars, during my downtime. But they're not coming to Disney World. There's 2 Galaxy's Edges, Disney. What are you doing? Such a missed opportunity here. I think that they probably have a reason behind it. I get it, but you're talking you're talking 2 characters, one of which is probably going to be some sort of electronic device / puppet type thing. Maybe I could be wrong, but why? Why not? I should say. Like, why not? Disney World is the largest Disney park in the country. People from all over the world flock to Disney World because you get an opportunity to visit so many parks and stay on this beautiful resort. It's just a big vacation for a lot of people. And I think a lot of people choose that one over any other because of that. You have a Galaxy's Edge there, so why? Who knows? Maybe that's why they did it, to get people to come to Disneyland. Maybe, but that's not thinking of the people. So I would hope that that's not the reason they did it. I think that it was a missed opportunity here. They could have drew in a lot more people, because I think the younger crowd and people who didn't grow up on Star Wars really fell in love with The Mandalorian. So I wish that they had I wish that they were bringing them to Walt Disney World too. Maybe in the future they will. We'll see. Okay, and that brings me to my last bummed out announcement. So if you guys didn't know, or if you missed it, they announced at the park panel on Sunday at D23 that they were going to be bringing a whole new nighttime spectacular to Epcot for the 40th anniversary. I get it. It's a big anniversary. You want to change things up. But I'm really sad because that means Harmonious is going to be going away. Harmonious has a very special place in my heart. Yeah, okay. Disney emotional Jess coming in again. I promised myself I wasn't going to cry talking about this. Ugh. Harmonious was the first fireworks show that we saw as a family of 6. It was me, my husband, my daughter, my oldest son, and then the twins. The first time we saw it together as a family, it was absolutely wonderful. It was a beautiful show that they put on with the imagery from all different types of Disney movies, matching and telling the stories of all the countries in Epcot, and the fireworks to it were, it was beautiful. It was incredible, especially that ending. So yeah, it was the first fireworks show that we saw together as a family for the first time, watching everybody's face and the feelings that I got watching it. It was incredible. And then my husband and I went back for our very first couples trip to Disney. Harmonious was the first fireworks show that we saw together as a couple only. And I don't know, it just has like a really special meaning for me. I'm sad to see it go. I am going to get to see it again in November when I go for my girls' trip, which is wonderful. And I'm really happy that I'm going to get to see it again. And I'm probably going to cry my eyes out because it's going to be the last time I'm seeing it. But it's also going to be a little bittersweet because I'm not seeing it with Dan and the kids. So I get that Disney has to do what they have to do, but I am I'm sad about that one. That one stung a little, guys. Okay, wiping the tears away. Let's recap. Figment meet and greet, Hatbox Ghost coming to Haunted Mansion and Magic Kingdom, a possible Villain's Land, Happily Ever After theme song coming back to the Magic Kingdom Nighttime Spectacular, and so many other amazing announcements. Hocus Pocus 2 is releasing on September 30th. So stoked, y'all, to see that one. I'm going to sit down with my family. We're going to have a movie night and watch that one together. So excited for that. You've got The Little Mermaid live action getting released. Another one of my favorite Disney princess movies. Really excited and interested to see how they put that one together. And even talks of a Mufasa movie, a prequel to The Lion King. Lots of great stuff. Disney Cruise Line coming out with another new cruise ship. Lots of amazing things announced this year. Overall, I think that this year D23 Expo was a doozy. I think so many people were crying. So many people were screaming with excitement. It was just a very exciting year for Disney, and I can't wait to see all of it in action, like officially done and getting to experience all of it. Really, really happy. All right, you guys, so that's it for today's video. I hope you liked this. I know it was different, but I am trying to incorporate more Disney videos out there for you guys, and even for myself too a little bit. Let me know down in the comments what announcements you were really excited about, maybe not so excited about. I would love to hear your thoughts and opinions on that. If you liked the video, make sure to give it a thumbs up. And if you're new here, thank you so much for checking out this video. I would love it if you hit the red subscribe button down below and join my Planning Fam. That stands for Disney Planner Family. If you didn't already know, that's what we do here. Planning, Disney, and lifestyle videos. That's what I'm about. And I will see you guys in the next video. Happy planning and stay magical.